The question, I broke a string on my guitar, what do I do now? Changing guitar strings is a fairly simple procedure, and should be a fairly regular one too, since dull, rusty strings sound terrible and actively damage your guitar by increasing fret wear. Any shop that sells guitars should sell replacement strings for them. Just make sure you use the right kind of strings: acoustic bronze wrapped steel, electric nickel wrapped, or stainless steel or nylon strings, depending on what's already on your guitar. You could ask the guy in the shop to fit them, or get him to show you how it's done, or look at some of the many tutorials online. Incorrect neck alignment is a very serious problem, but not a particularly easy one to diagnose. I suspect that's either not what you mean, or at least that you ought to get a second opinion from a luthier as to whether your guitar really needs a neck reset. I suspect what you want is a setup, which involves adjustment of the guitar's intonation and action height to optimize playability. Correct intonation means that the guitar is in tune all over the neck when the open strings are in tune. Action height relates to the height of the strings above the fretboard. A lower action generally means it feels easier to press the strings down to sound a note, but very low action can cause fret buzz and reduce the acoustic volume of a guitar. Whether a simple setup will suffice, or if your guitar really does need more extensive work, you're best to deal with a professional repairer. Music shops will frequently employ a repairer, or will have a relationship with someone local who does work on guitars for them. Talk directly to the repairer if you can. They should be able to tell if your guitar needs work, and will be able to tell you what it'll cost and if it's actually worth doing. If, for instance, you bought a very cheap guitar just to start learning, which turns out to have a serious fault, it might not be economical to spend a lot of money on a repair. It might also be worth canvassing the opinions of some local guitarists. Just because a shop offers a service doesn't mean they're any good at it, and a botched job on a guitar that already isn't performing as it should might actually make it worse.